This is the price. So where we need to produce, that's a tricky. Where MC is equal to MR. So MC is equal to MR here. So which tells you the Q max quantity, right? It tell you the Q max quantity. Now you will say that, sir, we are not having a profit, we are having a loss. So why this Q max is still there? Because by producing this quantity, you will be minimizing the loss. The other side of the coin is that profit maximization. The other side of the coin is loss minimization. So if you flip the coin of profit maximization, the other side would be loss minimization. So by producing this much quantity, your loss would be minimum, right? So how much is the loss here? You see that? This triangle. So by producing this quantity, this much is the cost. And if you need the quantity is on the graph here. So the price is going to be here, which is on the graph like this. That would be a loss situation. Any question? Miria, Marilyn, Kim, Subhan, Paulo, Jacob?
No, sir.
Good. Okay, let's move forward. Here we go. So I have just compiled the summary. That is, the short-run supply curve of a firm is that the portion of its marginal cost that lies above the average variable cost. So that is the tagline here. Short run and above average variable cost. Long run supply curve of the firm is going to be the marginal cost curve above the minimum point of its average total cost, right? That portion which lies above the average total cost, it is the long run supply curve of a firm. Right? This is the short run and this is the long run. That is the difference. And now the scenario. So the market supply curve with a fixed number of firms. So up till now what we have discussed, a particular firm supply curve, a competitive firm. And now let's talk about the market, right? Market supply curve is a sum of all the individuals' marginal cost curves, right? Sum of all the individual firms' market supply, we call that market supply curve, right? So let me just read that. For any given price, each firm supplies a quantity of output so that its marginal cost equals the marginal price, equals to the price. So the market supply curve reflects the all individual firms' marginal cost. The market supply is equal to the sum of quantities supplied by all individual firms in that market. So here we go. That is individual supply curve, which is the MC. Since this is the short-run supply curve, so it must be above average variable cost. So that is just individual firm. If we add all the individual firms, for example, in a market there are 1,000, so the quantity will become 1,000 times, become 100,000, right? You just need to add, that's it. Price is still there, so the quantities will become the market quantity, right? You just multiply the quantity of each firm. So there are 1,000 firms who are ready to supply 100 each. In total, they are supplying 100,000. The market supply is the sum of all the quantities supplied by the market. Individual is the firm, how much the firm is supplying. It is 100, right? Now the long run supply with entry and exit. Now here, this is the tricky part here. So firm will enter or exit the market until profit is driven to zero. What does it mean? It means if you are above the okay, so I think here we go. Here we go. If in a competitive market, if the price is above every total cost, you see the price here, and every total cost is, you see, lower here. So if price is greater than average total cost, so that is the condition for entry. More firms will enter the market. Now, this will create a downward pressure on the market price because more firms coming to the market, people have more quantities of products, right? So price is going to be decreased. When price is going to be decreased until it will be equal to the average total cost. Until it's equal to the average total cost, right? Price equals average total cost. If the price is below the average total cost here, at this point, sorry, not at this point. Let me just erase this one. If the price is here at this point, so this much quantity you will produce here, and that would be your cost. That would be your price. Price, let us P1. So in this case, this is the average total cost. So average price less than, sorry about my drawing here, average total cost. So that is the exit condition because we are talking about long run, right? Long run. So in long run, if price less than average total cost, so this trigger exit condition. Firms gonna leave the market. When firms gonna leave the market, it put upward pressure on the curve on the market price to go up. Why? Because there are now smaller firms producing the identical products. People have less products. In that case, less of that product push the price upward until price is equal to average total cost. So in order to remain in long run equilibrium, if the price greater than average total cost, new firm will enter the market and it will have a downward pressure on price. Price is going to decrease. If in the long run price is less than average total cost, the existing firm is going to go out from the market and it's going to give upward pressure on the price until price is equal to average total cost. That what we meant by when everybody is earning zero profit. So look at the profit formula. Price minus average total cost multiplied by quantity. When price is equal to average total cost, it means this becomes zero. Zero multiplied by the quantity, profit going to be zero as well. Right, guys? That's what we mean. What we meant by firms will enter or exit the market until profit is driven to zero. So at this point, when price is equal to every total cost, no new firm will enter the market, no existing firm will exit the market. So in long run, price equals minimum average total cost. So recall your discussion. If profit is going to be zero, then why firms is still operating the market? Because that average total cost is going to be the accounting perspective. No, recall our discussion regarding economic profit and accounting profit. They're going to be still accounting profit when price is equal to every total cost, but there's no economic profit over there, which means economic profit is going to be zero, but there's still accounting profit over there, right? So the long run market supply curve is a horizontal one as well. Okay, let's move forward. Here we go. So firms earning zero profit. Here we go. See, the market supply curve for the market supply curve, which is the longest supply curve in perfectly competitive market, is horizontal straight line. Why? Because price is equal to average total cost. If price is greater than average total cost, new firm will enter the market, supply going to increase. If price is less than the average total cost, existing firm go out from the business, supply curve going to be decreased. So in the long run, only those will survive who will be providing their goods and earning zero economic profit. In that case, only those firms supply the products which are earning zero economic profit, which is price minus average total cost multiplied by quantity when they have a zero economic profit, right? So then question arises, why the long run supply curve is still upward sloping. In some cases, you still see that the supply curve is upward sloping. The competitive firm, remember, we are talking about the competitive market. The competitive market long run supply curve is upward sloping only because of two reasons. One, some resources used in production may be available only in a limited quantity. Plus, firms may have different cost structures. It is really hard to find out all the firms MC, because MC is a replica for supply curve in perfectly competitive market, right? So it's really hard to get the MC plus MC, the cost curve. The company have the control over the cost curve. We cannot say that since, for example, $2 is the MC of firm A, that doesn't mean that the $2 is also the MC of the company B, C, D, E, F, G, because company have different production methods, right? One company is using latest technology to produce, one company is using old technologies. Of course, old technologies, their MC is going to be high. The firm that is using new technology, its MC going to be decreased. So due to different cost structures, we still see that the long run supply curve is not a horizontal straight line, it is upward sloping, right? So because firms can easily enter or exit, in the long run supply curve is more elastic than the short run curve. If you want to compare these with the concept of elasticity, so that perfectly fits in our discussion that everything in long run becomes elastic. That's it, right? Okay. I think we already discussed that. Yes. So